Okay, here Jackson, Big John, and Marcy and I are going to take our first look inside the hive and see what's going on and see if we can find the queen. Okay, Jack, you come over here on my left-hand side. Where you can see what's going on. All right.
Smoker?
Just sitting down right there. Okay. They've got it glued together pretty good.
What do they do? Wax it?
They put a substance. I call it bee glue, but it's called the actual term for it is called propolis. You'll see it in here. It's kind of a brownish looking substance, and they glue everything together that's got
Any seam?
Anything they
keep the water out.
Keep water or air or anything like that
animals
out. Okay, what you want to do before you set this down on the ground is scan it really good and make sure the queen is not up here on the top for some reason.
She's bigger, right?
She's got a larger abdomen, and we're going to be looking for her. That's all right, Jack. They can't bother you because you got that suit on. But they smell the smoke. They do not like smoke. What happens
now? They got to whip to that, and then well, you get in her.
Listen when I give them a little shove. What we're doing this for?
Doesn't that make them like lethargic or something?
Yeah, what they do, they think
the queen right there.
Huh?
That's the queen right there, the big fat one.
Flying?
Right there. See it? On the very right corner. Pretty big.
No, that is a drone.
Okay.
Okay, that's a male bee, and drone has no purpose other than mating with the queen. And basically, the crazy thing about the drones this time of year, all they do is live in the hive and have the other bees feed them. They don't go out and get any nectar. They don't do anything useful. They're like normal men. The women do it all. Okay, what we're going to do here is move this frame away. I doubt there'll be anything having been done to this frame. Yeah, it's still nothing happening there. So we let's turn that on. This stuff right here, that is propolis. That's the glue. That's the glue. And they not only glue all around these edges, they glue frames together, and that's what makes it difficult to
get them apart.
So you use this hive tool to pry things apart. Here you go, Jack. Set that over there on the side. No, don't touch the metal part because it's hot. Very, very hot.
Put it on that stone thing.
That, or you can set it on, over there out of the way. I don't think
You want some gloves?
I'll just holler for it. Who, me now? Okay, this was the same thing as that when I put it in there. And that was like a week and a half ago. Look at how much they've already drawn it out. And what they're doing is they're drawing that out. See how tall it is there and how low it is there. The entire thing will be drawn out to exactly the level of this wood right here. So that's how deep their cells are going to be.
So the big fat bees are the drones.
They're the drones. Now we'll look on this one carefully, and we probably will not see a queen on a frame like this because there's no place really for her to lay eggs at this point.
Yeah. I understand.
So she'll be on one of these other frames.
Now to do the other hive,
Just to be
you have
sure.
to get another queen. Start the thing.
No, actually, I can do a split like I was talking about
Same
doing.
thing?
Yeah, just as long as there's either eggs in the there or a queen cell. Queen cell, and I won't find a queen cell because she's got plenty of space in here to do her thing. You're only going to get a queen cell when everything gets really packed out and there's more bees in there than they can have room to work with. Then they will make a queen cell and they'll swarm. The queen, your original queen, will leave with half of the bees, and she'll go.
Now to do the other hive,
Just to be
you have
sure.
to get another queen. Start the thing.
No, actually, I can do a split like I was talking about
Same
doing.
thing?
Yeah, just as long as there's either eggs in the there or a queen cell. Queen cell, and I won't find a queen cell because she's got plenty of space in here to do her thing. You're only going to get a queen cell when everything gets really packed out and there's more bees in there than they can have room to work with. Then they will make a queen cell and they'll swarm. The queen, your original queen, will leave with half of the bees, and she'll go somewhere else. She'll go to that hive, or she'll go to my. If I've got hanging out there on the wall, she'll take bees and herself and
start another
colony. But and what's left behind, that queen cell that they be the got, will hatch out and start. She'll start running this colony. But what I really want to do, Jack, give me the smoker. I want to run these bees down off of this before I grab a hold of it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, they get mad.
Yeah. What it does is they think their hive is on fire. So, or the tree their hive is in is on fire. So
That happens?
Yeah, forest fire or whatever. So they will all start gorging themselves. Heavy heavy with honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh, you got honey?
You already got honey? Oh, dude.
Wait, it's dripping down or something like that.
Oh, I stuck my thumb in it.
That's freaking awesome.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. All this around here.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
The white stuff?
Yeah. All that stuff around there is capped honey. And that's what was under my finger right there. Yeah. Can you take a little bit of that off my? Oh, can you unzip your unzip his face thing there for him, where I can give him this taste of this honey.
So you got to wait, what, a year before you could actually start
Probably
producing?
something like that, yeah.
Depending on how fast they fill it up.
Yeah.
'Cause what do they need? So many frames per winter?
How's it?
Tastes good.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look on this frame.
Tastes like honey.
See if we've got capped honey, and you see this kind of a colored looking area down in there? That's pollen. That's pollen. See that bee got his head down inside the comb?
Is he making the honey?
He's either putting pollen in there or depositing nectar to make honey. Now, what you usually see on these frames like this, these outer frames, is where they store honey and nectar and all that stuff. Wow, this whole side of the ear is
Yeah, that's beefy.
covered in honey. see if I can get a hold of this. Put it down in here without dropping it. Oh, it's heavy.
Is that a bee on your finger?
Probably. After that honey, we're likely. Okay. Next. Yeah, these are pretty good bees. They're not mean at all.
Yeah, honeybees are pretty.
Well, now you can get some mean. I mean, it just depends on
Aggressive.
the genetics of the queen.
The queen determines how aggressive they are.
Yeah, if she's just got stung, the pinch.
I just pulled the seat.
Yeah, put a stinger on it.
The bad thing
Oh,
about
yeah.
it, when a bee stings you like that, it dies.
Yeah, they're trying to get your hand. Right hand there.
Smoke, put smoke all over me, Jack. Take that thing.
Smoke them.
Smoke me.
You want me to help me do that? You got it?
That?
Yeah, that's good.
It's funny that they stung you. After he stung you, they got a little hostile.
What?
They can
Why
tell.
they do that? When a bee stings you,
They
the
call
pheromone that the other bee gives off that stung you,
Yeah.
they smell it
They send
and
the
they
other
say
ones in.
we need to go sting that. Everybody attack.
Did you just get popped one time?
Yeah, right there. The reason I got popped is because I
Pinched it.
pinched the bee. Yeah.
Did it hurt?
No, it's
Not bad on your hands. It's
Not like a
when
yellow
they sting you
jacket.
on your leg, your soft areas. If you get the stinger out in time, you're not as bad.
I never see this thing.
Oh, no. I got nothing. There you go.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of smoke on you, they won't bother you.
I'm glad I took my CBD gummy before we came.
Okay, this one's not as heavy is because they don't have. It's not a honey frame.
But there's lots of bees.
Like an egg frame. Or,
Yes, it could be.
or
Okay, you see this
pollen.
right? You see this right here, John? That's babies, baby bees. That's what's
Really?
called cat brood. All that right there.
How long does it take before they hatch?
Oh, that bee has.
Jackson, did you find the queen?
3 or 4 days. Yeah, look on this frame and see if we can spot the queen, Jack. She'll have a large this part right here that's kind of got a stripe. It'll be a large abdomen.
Can't you mark the bees?
You can mark her and with a white
Mark
dot.
the queen.
With a white dot is what she's supposed to have. And actually, I paid for a marked queen, and they didn't give me a marked queen. They didn't give me a frame that was had a marked queen. Let's look over here.
Oh, there's way more.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cat brood over here too. And you see right out here at the edge where close to my thumb, that's honey. So what they do is in the same frame that they've got baby bees, they also have honey around the edges
Got to feed the babies.
to feed the babies.
It's pretty clever.
Wow. There'll usually be a bunch of bees gathered around her.
Is that it?
I believe she's on this.
Got that next one. There's a lot there. I see how you got to move slow and
Yeah, well, you're doing two things. You're trying not to excite the bees, plus you're trying
You don't
not to
kill 'em.
kill bees. Yeah. Yeah. Inevitably, you're probably going to kill some while you're doing this kind of thing, but you know, make an effort not to.
Because they sting.
Well, you don't want to. You know, as long as you're not harming them, they're not going to sting you.
But if they sting,
Yes.
they die.
yeah,
Yes.
pulls their innards out.
Move the smoker over there.
Yeah, you might want to smoke it because they're all on that edge.
Yeah, let me have it back. Smoke them down a little bit.
There's more on that top edge than there is the other ones.
See.
Oh! Do you hear that?
Oh yeah.
There you go now, Jack. You can see it back over yonder.
Come on, glove.
Now
Oh, you got to get up. Whoa.
Yeah, I need to get a grip on it.
Ooh.
There's a lot of people now.
She could easily be on a frame like this. And you see,
That other side's just back.
you see, John, the comb hanging off the bottom. That is where you'll generally see a queen cell.
Like that up there.
I can't.
Well, maybe they're in the middle of the frame.
Hold on, Jack. Go back on the other side and I'll flip it over the other way. Yeah, you see all those bees that got their head stuck down in the.
Yeah.
They're eating honey because I smoke. Yeah, they all gorge themselves with honey, so if they have to leave and go somewhere else to make a new hive because theirs is burning up, then they'll have a bunch of honey
Put the honey, yeah, I know.
that they can use to start the new hive with.
Oh, is this it?
No, that's a drone. That's a male. Those will not sting.
Really?
You can actually put one of those in your mouth and it will not sting. You don't have any. They're useless. That's what I'm saying. About useless. I don't see them.
Shine today, man.
Okay. She could be on any of these frames.
Yeah, she's got to be on this either one of those last two, right?
Now there's three.
I could have possibly missed her. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find her and mark her because I am not. My eyesight is not that great,
Yeah, it's hard to see them though.
and you know, with bad eyesight, that makes it even worse.
Yeah, I see the markers. They're pretty cool.
Oh.
Okay, this side is not getting much. Patty, there she is. Lisa. Nah, that's a regular.
What's that next
Regular bee just sucking up. All right, you see all this shiny stuff down in these cells? That's nectar. They will, it'll be put in there as nectar until they put sand over it and fan it and dry all the moisture out of it, and then they cap it. This is capped honey. And now, what you do to get honey is you put a thing on here called a queen excluder, and it's got little slots in it that these bees can go back and forth through easily. But the female, the queen, her abdomen is so large she can't go through it. And with that blocked off from her, all they do is store honey in the upper super, and that's where you get your honey from. Yeah, all this is nectar and honey. I missed her somewhere. Back on that.
Well, she's on that next frame, right?
No,
We already did that frame.
it's honey too. They put their honey and pollen on the outer frames. So I've got cat brood basically on this side of this frame and both sides of this frame and this side of this frame. So she's either going to be on one of the two sides here, one of the two
I wonder
sides
if she was
here.
on that one with all the Mac Daddy D one.
Probably. She probably was, and I just didn't spot her. I'm just going to have to, go back through it again and see if I can spot her. But I don't think I need to.
Get a marker?
I do have a marker and a thing to use to mark her with. A little catcher in that I use to mark her. But I think that's all pretty much honey.
I like smoky.
I need to one frame of honey is just unbelievable. How heavy. One after you. Get some smoke.
Go with the smoker.
Pump it on you.
I'm gonna put my sleeve on.
Just don't swat at them, and they won't.
No, I'm okay.
As long as you don't swat at them, they won't get you.
He didn't let me be in that video.
Oh.
He smoked me all around.
Okay, let's look down inside of these cells.
That could come in.
The smoke is wafting over from over there. They smell that smoke. I'm looking down these cells to see if I see any larvae or eggs. Eggs will look like a little grain of rice, a little white grain of rice. That's all nectar.
She's on the end over here.
She could be anywhere. Be hiding down in the edge.
I watched the video on when something tries to attack them, the hive, like the other bees, how they group around it and they vibrate their body and it overheats the bee, kills it or whatever's trying
Come
to.
here, Mom. How do you stop it?
See how there? Is that her right there?
He's gonna edit it, sweetheart.
I can't see. There's something.
particular bee. They're all after the nectar, trying to get nectar.
That's the hard part, is trying to find the queen.
That's it.
What?
That's the most difficult part.
It's like, where's
Oh,
Waldo?
it's this. No, that's a. Is that a?
I don't think so. I mean, she is significantly larger. You spot a big bee.
Bigger than the drone?
Mm-hmm. I am just no good at spotting the queen. No doubt about that.
So, how do you extract the honey? Do you have to scrape it off?
Yeah, just go to. All right. As I was saying, that frame is like that thick down to the plastic part. They build the comb up that deep, and then they fill that full of honey and they cap it. So when you go, you can take a heated knife and
Just cut it off.
just cut the caps off. Come right down this frame, and just slice the caps off.
Like cutting the corn off the cob
And
or something?
then, if you don't have an extractor where you can sit there and centrifugally throw the honey out, you can just sit there and
Wait for it.
put the frame over a bucket or something and let it drip out. Okay, I'm not going to be successful in finding this queen, so I think I'm going to button it back up.
The bees attacking the toad.
Yeah, I'm being a little bit rough. Getting a little bit snappy where it's popping loose. So what you try to do is mash all your frames back up to where they're pretty tight right there. And whenever you are taking frames in and out, you try to remember which orientation that you took them out as and where they were in sequence along, lined up. So I know basically I just slid things over. As long as I get the orientation back this way right, then this last frame will go right back over there. So they built this hive and they know they're used to climbing around in it and maneuvering through it with it being put together a certain way. So that's why you want to be sure and put everything back like it was. So basically, when they get all of this drawn out and filled full of honey and all the way out to here drawn out, they may never draw out the outside parts that much. But once they get all of it drawn out and either filled up full of capped brood and capped honey, then we'll at that point we'll put.
Here's some honey.
Yeah, you're right. We'll put the honey super. We'll put the queen excluder on there, and then put the honey super. the honey super on top, and then they'll start building it up full of honey. Okay. I've got to make me some cardboard square things about yay big, and a cardboard square in the center, and 2 pieces, and sandwich some screen. Okay guys, if you found this video interesting, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and click that little bell so you're notified when I upload another video. Thanks.